Hey everyone, I'm back with a card share today. I don't know when I'm going to upload this, so this may be for a Saturday morning makes, or it may be for some other time I decide to upload, but decided to make a few cards. And I used a lot of different products because I started out wanting to use this stamp right here. This stamp is a stamp from Hero Arts, right? Yeah, Hero Arts, and it's called Recipe for Friendship. So I thought I would make some Valentine's cards. So that's kind of where I started the inspiration, and then I started looking around in my stash, and because that is a recipe, I wanted to make it baking themed. So here's the stuff that I used. This sentiment from the Peddler's Pack. This was in one of the kits that I ordered. This stamp set from Paper Tray Ink, and it's called Inside Greetings Valentines. And there's 4 stamps in this set. It's a really good value for $5. That's what's inside my card. This stamp set here from Honeybee Stamps, and it's called Baked with Love. I used this rolling pin out of the set. I don't have the dies. I don't know why I didn't buy the dies, but I probably should have. So I used the rolling pin because it's the right size for the cookie dough that I stamped on. So this is this is Lawn Fawn paper, and I think it's called Vanilla Cookie or something like that. Is the color, or Sugar Cookie, something along those lines, because I used the ink called Sugar Cookie from Lawn Fawn, but I think the paper has a different name now. Something Vanilla Cookie, maybe, I don't know. But that's this color right here. So I used this for some cookies. You could see little hearts cut out there. I used this paper pad from Doodlebug. Now I have 2, so I used some papers mostly out of this pad. Made with Love. It's a baking themed one. And then some out of this one because I was looking for another pattern. This one's a coffee themed one, and I don't know what it's called, but you can clearly see it's got lots of sweets too, or kitchen related items. This paper is from Lawn Fawn. It's a textured craft color. You can see the wood grain in it. It's a really nice heavy duty paper, but I use this for the rolling pin. Those are the papers. More of the stamps and dies. This die is from Paper Tray Ink. It's called Geode Layers. I've used this before for cookie dough, and I used it again. So I usually store these 2 together because the stamp and the die are stored together. And I use this die set. I think this is this is either MFT rectangles or it's a Lawn Fawn. It's one of those 2, I believe. And I use the outer die for my card, the base of my card. I also use the hearts out of this. Now, you don't have to use these, obviously. You can use whatever hearts you have. These hearts I used for my cookies. And I also used these. There's a little strip of hearts right here. And this is from the Tim Holtz, what is this called? Retro Oven set that came out last year. So I used the hearts out of that. And I also used these drops from Nuvo. Okay, so there is a vintage drops, and this is a red, right? Vintage red or something. Postbox red. This I recently got, chocolate chip, all vintage drops. This one is the glitter drops, Nuvo glitter drops, holiday cheer. And then this one is crystal drops, calming aqua gloss. So I tried the cookies in each of those colors. I also used some Copics to color up my image a little bit, because there's some places you need to color. So these are a few of the colors that I have on my desk to do the color. There's not much coloring involved here, but there was a lot of assembly. And I also used some Memento Rich Cocoa because I don't have a brown that is Copic friendly in the Ink on 3, so I went ahead and used this since I have it. All right, ready for the cards? They're all pretty much the same, but a little bit different. So here's the first one. You can see there's the recipe stamp stamped on a die cut piece of dough. And then I made these little cookies. There's the hearts, and I used the crystal drops to kind of simulate icing. I think this one looks like a Linzer cookie, the red glitter ones. And then these just look like icing or chocolate. And I made them in different sizes. And then you can see the doodlebug paper that I die cut out. There's the rolling pin. The rolling pin got some color treatment too with my Copics. But you can see the wood grain in it. And I popped it up so it's kind of sitting up above the dough. And I did my Copic coloring there. And then on the inside, I stamped different sentiments. Some of them, I guess because there's 6 cards, 2 each, I guess. So, and I put some of the scrap on the inside of the card so that it wouldn't be plain white. And they do coordinate. There's my little stamp here. This, I think, is a Stampin' Up stamp. It's this one right here. And I just signed inside the heart because they are Valentine's Day cards. So there's the first one. And like I said, they're pretty much the same except for the paper that's used and maybe the sentiment. The placement of the cookies is slightly different, but they're all pretty much the same idea. And by the way, this is the reverse of the print on the front because the print on the front is, height-wise, and I couldn't put that in there this way because the print would go the other direction if I put that sheet right there. So I flipped it over. I really love how these turned out because they're not in-your-face Valentines. They're, a little bit different, little twist. So I guess you guys know these will be going out to some crafty friends for Valentine's Day. So here's another one. And that's the last one I have. So yeah, I really enjoyed doing that. I think, one thing that really helps to make this look like cookie dough is this sugar cookie ink. And I did I actually used a brush for the cookie dough to ink up the edges on the die cut paper. And then after I let the drops dry on the cookies, I used the dauber on the cookies so that the color isn't exactly the same color as the cardstock if it weren't inked up. So I think that really helps that stand out a little bit more so they're not the same color all the way through. So yeah, those are my cards. I hope you enjoyed my share, and hopefully I'll be back with more to share with you all. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.